Hi there, Mr. Nelson with the Industrial Tech classes here at Lindbergh High School. And today we're going to be going over the lathe. This is going to take a little bit of time, so please pay attention and just sort of maybe take notes as we're going through here so you understand what's going on. As anytime we're in the shop, we're always wearing safety glasses. So number one, make sure that you're safe. All right, first off, we're just going to start with a block of wood like this. Turn this to make it look beautiful and round and put a design on there. To start off though, we're going to need a saw. We're going to need a combination square. We're going to need a pencil. We're going to need a hammer. And we're going to need a nail. So I'm going to turn the screen down so I can show you what we're doing. And away we go. So first off, before we can put our piece on the lathe, we have to get it set up so that we can operate get it set up to be able to go on the lathe. So the first thing I want to do is I have to draw a cross in here so that I can get this mounted on the lathe, and I'll explain that as we get over on the lathe. So first off, I'm just going to draw a X going corner to corner using my combination square. There we go. So I have an X on the top there going corner to corner. Now, with my saw, I want to go ahead and cut down right where I made my X. And I want to cut down about 1/4 of an inch deep into the wood. Do the same on this side. Cut down about 1/4 inch deep into the wood. There we go. So that's fairly deep into the wood. And the reason is that this piece right here has to be able to fit in and bite into those 4 pieces right there. Has to be able to bite into the wood right there. So that's why I have my cut right there. Now on the other side, flip this around in the vise. Again, we're going to draw a cross, and then in the center there, we're going to use our nail just to drive a hole. So now I'm going to get my combo square again on the second side. There's an X there, and here's an X here on this side. Now I have my X there to find the center. I'm going to take my nail, put it right there in the center, drive a hole, then be able to, so I have a fairly large hole there. So one side will look like this. Your other side will look like that with the holes cut in there. Okay, here we are ready to go. I have my X on that side. I have my X with my hole on there. So I have to get this so that the X part that I cut out there is mounted on here, and then the hole that I have in there is mounted in here. So I'm first going to start by lining this up with my bit right there, my tooth bit, to make sure it's lined up. And then this, I can move the lever and move this forward and lock this down. And then once I lock this down, then I can turn this on and turn in behind here and make sure that it's tight inside here. So this is locked. Now when I turn this, because I've turned this in, so it's forcing in this way, these teeth right there where we made our cut are biting in here. So this is secure and ready to go. Now the next thing I need to do is move my tool rest up here so I can safely work with my tools. So I want this to be up close here, about 1/4 of an inch away. So I'm going to now lock this down and spin this around to make sure that my tool rest does not hit my piece of wood when I turn it on. Got to turn on the lathe. Move over here. There's this red button over here. These ones have red buttons. The smaller lathes just have an on-off button. This one here I can turn on and turn the speed up. You see there's a number over here. Your number here should be somewhere between 11 and 1200. Right now it's at 11 and 1300. Right now it's at 1267 rotations per minute. That's a good speed to have it at. Now it's spinning freely. We're ready to make our first cut. On our first cuts, we want to use a bit that's rounded like this, a tool that's rounded like this. So I'm now going to just use this and cut across. My hands are far apart. I'm holding the handle at the very back end. My left hand is here, and it actually is underneath with my thumb on top. So now I can just come in, and I'm going to go across. And I'm going to start turning this down. Coming across slowly and continuously turning this down. All right, now I'm going to turn this off. And we can see we've gotten the piece round. That's your goal right here, is to get it round, but it's pretty rough right there. So now I'm going to go through and clean it up with one of these flathead chisels, something that's straight across here. So I'm going to turn this on so I can clean it up. That's a lot cleaner than it was before. So now we have sort of an area that we're ready to start doing some design work in. I'm going to start by using this pointed one. Just coming in here with the point and just making some bold designs. There we go. I'm going to use this flat one to make a cutout area here. And then lastly, use one of these rounded ones right here, just to come in here. And make a design in there. Lastly, I'm going to go through and sand this up. So I'm going to stop there, get some sandpaper. Sanding on the lathe is super easy. If you can hold a piece of sandpaper, you can sand this up. So I'm going to move the tool rest out of the way. Now turn this on. Be able to sand this up. Always hold the sandpaper underneath as this is spinning towards you. And there is a quick demo on how to use the lathe.